Okay, Peter here on another project. This is the Plow, my old Plow. It was a rust bucket, so with a lot of holes in the blade. So I have fiberglassed it up, and not quite done yet. Still got a few areas left to do. The frame was pretty rusted up, and we got that was more just surface rust. So that has been coated with a rust reformer. The black basically is rust reformer primer, and you can see in here where I laid the reinforcements down. The corners over here where there was just hole there. There was just one massive hole, another massive hole over in there, and also on the bottom. That was the case really on both sides. So the frame is in good shape, like I said, and that's coming along. Also, you can see over here some of the work. You can see the some of the reinforcement, some of the glass I laid down. The blade was pretty much a disaster, but we got it down pretty good. We've got the reinforcements are now in on the blade. And so that's going pretty well. What it is, the reinforcements are basically structural layers and matte. Actually, technically matte with some structural woven tape. So there's what I tried to do was it all sort of depended, but mostly it was at least one layer of matte and one layer of tape, but in the back I used one layer. I used 2 layers of matte and one layer of the woven tape. So this took quite a bit. So a lot of grinding, and anyway, we're going to put one more coat of epoxy on it, and then I actually have and then we're going to prime up the whole thing. And then we're going to I've got a plastic cover that is going to go on it. That'll be the last thing that'll be bolted on. And then of course the bottom blade itself will be sanded, grinded down, and then we'll put the rust reformer on that too, and that should put us in pretty good shape. So we got to clean up the blade a little, and but the first thing is, I'll sandblast it one more time, soda blast it one more time, so we get a good bond for the epoxy, for the final coat epoxy, and then we'll be good to go. So this side will be we'll have a final top coat. The frame I'm going to clear coat. Yeah, it's a little bit overkill, but I figured, oh, what the hell? It's an old Plow. Okay, Peter here again.
Goes with my old truck.
And we have made some progress on the Plow. Things are coming right along on it. It doesn't look like a piece of Swiss cheese anymore. It's been fiber reinforced with fiberglass reinforcements, as I said earlier. So on both sides of the blade, it's relatively ugly. It was not made to be beautiful, but strong. So what you see there is the all of the weak spots and the holes and all of that. The rusty area, the bad rusty areas, have all been laminated over with epoxy reinforcements, and I think it's going to work pretty good. So I'm actually going to. I just painted it the backside today. I just did it with spray cans. It's a Plow. So you can see here some of the reinforcements here that are put in there. We reinforced it. I reinforced the blade from both sides So there's probably, I don't know, maybe in the on the two corners where, I mean, this was just like one big hole here, and the same on the other side, and it was pretty bad in here too. So there's probably 4 or 5 layers of glass in there, with a mixture of matte and woven fabric, which makes it very strong when you mix it like that. So it's in pretty good shape. And the next step is to put the cover on it. I have a plastic cover that's going to go over it. That'll make it look a little better than what it is right now. That's the reason why I never really bothered refinishing it. So it's all primed, and also the black is mostly a rust reformer primer, which actually works pretty good on fiberglass too. So it sticks. It really bonds very well. So there's no rust now. There's maybe a little bit of rust in the very bottom, but that's a much heavier steel than the light gauge steel that was on the blade. So I probably put about a half a gallon of epoxy resin in there, and I don't know, maybe 20 square feet of fabrics. So for anybody that wants to revitalize an old plow, it isn't a bad way to go, and it's not all that expensive. I think I probably did the whole project for maybe $150 plus or minus. So it was really a pretty smooth project. I still have some touch up to do, and cost some overspray and stuff like that. But all in all, pretty happy with it. It should give the plow a continued life of several more years. As long as everything else continues to run all right, but I don't see why it wouldn't. So there you go. That's the story from here, and we'll post one more video here, or add on to this video when we put the front cover over the blade.